Okay, we're going to work on this image here. It's a high-res image. So I already created an action, but we're going to start from scratch. How to create an action? Start right here. It says create new action on this corner. You call it SOCA 3 and record. Now, before I continue, when we get to the filter, you can do Gaussian blur or you could do dust and scratches. I'm going to do this one with Gaussian blur. So over here, I'm going to duplicate the layer. SOCA 1. And then we're going to duplicate it again. SOCA 2. Click OK. Hide the original background. And then we're going to start doing all our work on SOCA 1. Now, it doesn't really matter which order you do things, but this is the order of my flow. You can go vivid light or linear light. I use vivid light. Come over here to image, adjust, invert. Then I come over to filter, other, high pass. My number is usually around 24 for the high pass. You can make the adjustment for however you want. Come back over to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. I'm usually at around 8. Click OK. Then you come over here to your vector, add layer mask, hold Option key. And this is your act where you're going to work at, layer mask thumbnail in the black. And before you go to that, you're going to create one new layer, SOCA Skin 1. Just in case you decide to create another skin layer for something else you want to work on. You could do one for SOCA Hair 1 for the flyaways in the face. And anything else you see that you want to create a layer for. And then you hit the stop right here. Stop playing or recording. Now your action has been recorded. So before you do anything, come over here to image and then click duplicate. You want to duplicate the whole thing and call it SOCA copy 1. So that way your original file is preserved. And the way to see it, come out of this screen mode and you'll see it here. So you can close this one out if you want and save it as is without any edits. So just as you created it, it's now saved and you can close it, go back and get it later. So when it's complete, oh, I'm at 95%. So when it's finished, it'll close out. So now you're working with this image only. Go back to full screen mode. That's how I like to work. I'm not worried about this so much right now because you can take that out in this layer. Grab your patch tool and just make a random shape and just drag it over. Because it's a large file, it's going to work. And just click out of it. And if you want to clean it up some more, you can do that if you want to leave that information in there. What I'm going to do is cheat, be real lazy. I'm going to crop that mofo right on out. Boop, boop, right there. So we're working on her face. So let's zoom in on her face. So first thing you're going to do is clean it up. Now in the patch tool, you can remove the hairs and everything. So let's remove this flyaway hair in the patch tool on that layer. Now I know we created a layer for hair, but we're doing this right now because we're working on the skin and that hair is in the way. And we're just going to pull some of these blemishes out. And we're just going to work on this side of her face real quick. So there's a difference that I noticed in working dust and scratches and Gaussian blur. Because I see little blur there on the layer. Because if you try to do it on the skin layer, nothing moves unless you're strictly on that layer. Let's go to the hair layer, nothing moves. Go to the vector mask layer, nothing moves. So here, it changes. Let's take a big chunk here and expedite this process. And come here. Now another way to do this, which I'll do here, is a healing brush tool. Make it small with the, and you pick the area you want to clone by holding the Option key, and you just come over here. But that's not favorable. That's not what I want. That's why I use this. I use that tool when I'm like doing stuff around the hair outside the face, like for the background. So I think I got enough information here. I mean, you could retouch the whole face with just the patch tool. You just gotta be conscious of this skin discoloration that she has that is being revealed in this instant. So let's grab this big piece right here. We're going to discoloration. So I'm going to go to the brush tool now. And on the Soka and click in the black layer mask thumbnail. And let's just paint here. Most people move this to the top layer. And paint. Up. Layer, undo. Come back where I was, thank you. And then they paint. Downside is all your work that's here isn't hiding anything. So you keep it right where it was. Up. Gotta be conscious of that. Come here. White reveals, black conceals. So this is where we get to the skin, and we could use the spot healing brush. and get out some of those lines. So and I'm just doing this spot here to show you what happens when you go to this layer and change the opacity. I usually go to around 70, 75, and then go to fill around 90. And this is where you can see your work. Now you can create a group. So that way, if you want to see, you move everything all at once. And then you can even reduce that layer. So there's different things you can do based on the results you want. And before and after. And I'm just doing this to show you the steps. I'm not actually doing any work on it. I just want to show you how to set up the layer and how to set up the actions and work in your own flow and style for your results in Photoshop. So